Hi everyone, this is Gina with Belly Beads Paper Jewelry, bringing you today another tutorial on polishing up your beads. Now, if you've seen my other videos, you'll notice that I've been on this quest for the shiniest and glossiest bead, and I had to achieve it with the polycrylic, and I thought that was the best thing ever. But then I tried to think of another way of looking for a different look with paper. And even though I love the glossy look on my paper beads, I'm actually tending to shift in the other direction. After being at the craft shows and selling my jewelry, everyone loves the glossy bead, but I actually did a little bit of an experiment and I used a matte finish over my beads. Now again, it was a quest for months to find the glossy bead. Now I feel like I'm shifting totally the opposite direction. When I presented with one of my bracelets, and it was actually this bracelet right here. I don't know if the camera can catch it, but this is one of my favorite double cord thread wrapping, and this will be in another tutorial that I'm going to take it off for you. I'm going to do another tutorial on how to make these bracelets. I know a lot of you have been asking me and the shows that I attend. So this is the double cord thread wrapping, and it's really easy. It may look a little complicated, but it isn't, and it's really, really nice. So if the camera can catch this, these beads here are not as glossy. They do have 2 coats of the PC Petrifier. As in my previous videos, you must put the PC Petrifier on all your beads, whether you're going to coat it with glossy or matte. The PC Petrifier, and I'm going to, for those of you who have not seen my other videos yet, oh, I don't know if that's too big. There you go. That is the PC Petrifier. This is what you're going to be coating your beads to ensure that they sustain any kind of weather damage. Although you don't want to immerse this in water, it does protect it. And I wear my bracelets all the time before I make a ton of them to see how they'll hold up. So I go through this whole process and I just wear it all day. And this one I made about a month and a half ago. And I was just testing out the matte finish. And if you can see again, I mean, this is really pretty, and these sold out quite fast. So this is the one color that I used on the mat. I want to show you the others as well. Here's another one. This is my wine color thread, and these are like a greenish multicolor kind of bead, and this is a matte finish. It does have some kind of shine to it, but the PC Petrifier sometimes will adhere to your paper with a slight shine. Sometimes there are times when I don't even use a gloss. I just use 4 coats of PC Petrifier, and it does give me the look of a gloss. But I use 2 coats of PC Petrifier. And then what I've been doing is I've been using this, the Minwax Polycrylic Clear Matte. And I'm going to show you real quick. And the beads I have here, I have already done. So I'm going to bring them up to the camera. But before then, I'm going to show you the technique as well. I'm not sure if anyone's caught the other videos on my technique. I like to dip my beads into my solutions. But when I'm using the last coat, I don't want to. The more saturated you make your beads, the smaller the bead becomes. It's really rather strange, but it makes sense. The PC Petrifier hardens the paper, which does shrink it, and then the gloss going over it is a protectant, but it also does distort the paper just slightly. So what I found is 2 coats of PC Petrifier, and you can dip them, but again, I highly recommend checking out my other videos because there's a way of dipping. You can't keep it immersed in the solution for very long with the first dipping. It will saturate your bead and it'll fall apart. So dipping it rather quickly, but again, you should go check that out. Now this already is completely done with the PC Petrifier. I haven't applied the matte yet, so I'm going to go ahead and show you. It's just like the gloss I don't dip my beads into the gloss because what happens is it becomes very, it gets all caught up. It pulls into the holes of the bead. And that's why I stopped just immersing them and dipping them into the last dipping, which is the gloss. So now this again is the clear matte, and we're just going to, I'm going to show you on camera if I can get this. You're going to dip very lightly. What I have, this is great setup. When I'm just doing a few beads, I have a nail actually in my desk here. It's a wooden desk, and I've hooked the this part, the end of the bead, the end of the string into the nail, and it just really does allow me. And I got a piece of paper underneath of it. And what you're going to do is you're just going to lightly coat and brush it on, and this will avoid any pulling into the holes of it. You don't have to worry about sealing the holes at this point because the PC petrifier is exactly what it does. The gloss acts as another protectant, but you don't have to go ahead and, because I've done it so many times, I've stayed up long hours just testing this out, and when you brush it on, it actually gives it a better finish. It allows it to dry quicker, and there's not any pulling in between of the holes. Now again, if you are one to place your beads on a toothpick and in a styrofoam, that's great too. But again, as I mentioned in my other videos, I don't have the patience for that. So this still gives me the same result, and I can do many because I do sell my jewelry in bulk and I make tons and tons of jewelry with it. I don't really have the time to do that. So if you're noticing here how I'm pulling the one end and tugging it a little bit, which will allow me to brush. Now, the most important thing is when you are brushing this on, try to get a brush that has a little bit of a thickness and width at the top, because you want to kind of brush off if you have too much of the gloss or the matte finish over top of it. You just want to kind of knock off those bubbles, and this is the best method that I had found that works for me. And then I would just hang this dry. Of course, I would pull this off and then just hang it dry. I've only done this for camera purposes so you can see. So I'm just going to go ahead and hang this up to let dry. And I'm going to show you my other finished pieces because I just had to share this with you. Actually, with the glossy paper is beautiful and I love it. And I will not walk away from it. But I have to tell you, I am really liking the matte finish. And also, I mean, it's paper. And with one customer, she had told me it looks so real and it's so amazing. And if you look at it, it makes it look authentic. It makes it look like it's just so natural and earthy. And that's what I love the best. So that's one of them. These are really, really nice. These are like a brown, let me see, amber looking color. These I call my Tic Tac. They look like a Tic Tac bead. And they're the bigger ones. But if you can see, they just look natural. There is a slight sheen to it. But again, the matte finish, the clear matte, will give you a slight but matte look. It's really neat. You really have to try it out. I mean, I still love the shine. But again, here's another one. I will still use my gloss, but I'm telling you, I really like this. And my style is the bohemian style. So it looks natural and earthy. And that's why I'm really liking the matte, the clear matte. So if you have any questions, please comment below. I'm also going to give a giveaway next Friday. I know a lot of you have been asking me about my round beads and how do I get them so round. I'm going to make a template out of it. And for those who do not have I have a Cricut machine. That's what makes them so nice and perfect. But I actually have a great way of having people that don't have the Cricut machine. I'm creating a template, paper template, that I can certainly send you. If you are interested, please comment below. or you can private message me your email address and I can send that to you. And I'm also going to give a giveaway next Friday. So if you place a comment, I will then have YouTube will automatically choose randomly someone. So this is what I'm giving away. I'm going to give you a strand of my beads and a template of my roundest bead that I usually use. I have measurements, but again, for those of you who do not have a cut and scan machine, I am going to send you a template of it. And I also would love to hear from anyone who has also used a matte finish. What do you prefer? Do you like glossy paper beads, or do you like the matte finish that looks really earthy, and should paper not be glossy? I've always wondered that too, because I do use my glass beads in between. When I'm making a bracelet, I usually put the glass beads in there, so they're already glossy. So I'm wondering how you usually make your jewelry. Is it with always just paper beads? And if so, do you like them glossy or not? Love to hear from you. If you like this video and you would like for me to make more of them, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up and share. And I'm looking forward to next Friday. I have another tutorial coming up. I think I'm going to put it out in a few days. I'm too excited to keep it. So it's another unique way of using your beads. And thank you again. Thank you for all your support. And good luck to the winner. It will be announced next Friday. Thank you. Have a great day.